Yeah, so the next Nintendo hardware, forget it for this calendar year. It will not happen this calendar year, not even an announcement. And I think that the main reason is that Nintendo wants to monetize what's left in terms of life in the current Switch platform. And I think that more specifically, they want to capture the holiday sales later this year with the current Switch that we have in stores right now. And so there's no incentive for Nintendo to even tease a new hardware at this point in time.
But would that realistically crimp their holiday sales? So I would imagine if you're going to engage in some significant holiday discounts, considering the troubles that some of the other hardware manufacturers are having, like a Sony, like a Microsoft, bringing down costs, that you'd still be able to drive the holiday sales whilst, getting a little bit of excitement. Because right now, all people have to be excited about is, a relatively limited slate coming through.
Yeah, I think that they are for the excitement factor. They're still betting on the software side. So I think that Nintendo might not be ready with the hardware for the Switch 2. Maybe they don't even know when exactly they can release the next piece of hardware. But I think that they can get people excited also at the beginning of next year, for example, when they might start teasing the so-called Switch 2. But I think at this point in time, it's still a little bit too early. And video gamers have a tendency to wait with purchases, even with software purchases, once a new piece of hardware is even announced by a console manufacturer. So I think it makes perfect sense for Nintendo at this point in time to wait a little bit more with announcing the next device.
Right, but you're saying that their Switch, the basic Switch model, is at the tail end of its life cycle. What would that mean for more R&D and better pipeline of games going forward?
Yes. So yesterday you said it. You showed it a little bit earlier. Nintendo highlighted a little bit and gave a little bit more visibility on its pipeline, on its software pipeline for the remainder of the year. So we do have a few blockbusters like new Super Mario games, new Pokemon related games, and some kind of like bigger games from third parties as well. And I think that for the tail end for a console like the Switch at this point in time, the remainder of this year should be okay in terms of software. So there's like some remasters, some remakes of old games. So I would say it's like a little bit like typical for a console that's nearing the end of its life. But I would say if you're existing console owner, if you're an existing Switch owner, you don't have a lot to complain, I would say. I think it's pretty strong. It's a pretty strong finish for the Switch if this calendar year is the last for the current piece of hardware that Nintendo is offering.